Okay, Harry again. Here we go, taking apart my half 932 case. It's going to adjust the reservoir and stuff. Just started to do all the wiring. Just took out the side fan controller. Going to take this one out next. So this is just the start of it, as you can see. Okay, next stage. Be back in a bit. Okay, I've took out most of the bits and pieces, fan controllers I want to. What I've just done here, it's got a drain tap, male to female connector in there onto the drain port. With it off, I leant the case backwards, leant the case back, so that was the highest point. Took out the cap, took out the bronze cap on this side, and screwed it in. Now I'm ready to drain it. Alright, I'll be back once it's drained. Okay, have the radiators out, all unhosed and dry. I'm going to replace the washers on that. Reservoir is out. So reservoir, I'm going to clean that, wash that out, get all the blue out of it. Same with the radiators. I'm not going to run that radiator facing downwards anymore. It gets too much crap in it. I'm going to clean that right out. And wash these out, change the fans on it for Fenix Spectrum Pros. And be back to you in a bit once I've got those washed out and put back in, and the reservoir put back in, and the graphics card in. The GTX 580 Hydro Copper 2 wood cooled one, and yeah, as I say, be back shortly. Okay, I've done the hose in. I'm just putting ultra pure water from Mayhem's in it, just to flush it through, see if there's any old colour left. I washed all the radiators are out. So far no leaks. And, still air in it obviously. I'll be running it for a couple hours. I'll just start this. I'll give it a bit of a shake now, as you can hear. Right, I'll give it a bit of a shake around now. I've stood this radiator upwards, push-pull configuration, hydro copper's in, water flowing through okay, so I'll just leave it to bleed for a bit. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, what I forgot to do, I was bleeding it, everything was going absolutely fine. This XSPC hosing is beautiful, supple, nice, flexible. Yeah man, it's great. What I did forget to do, see that? I forgot to put my graphics card temperature sensor in. So what I did is I took this hose out, put the plug in, undid this. Hardly any water came out. Took this connection out, put another one on, put that in, the temperature sensor, the water coming out the graphics card. I've got a temperature sensor there coming out the CPU, so now I know the difference. That's water temperature out the CPU, and I'll have one up here for the graphics card, which would be that there. Just leave it to bleed up. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Add a little bit of spillage down there, but hey, nothing. So that was absolutely okay. I just leave it running now, bleed it out, and then I'll put my green in, and then I'll put everything else back in tomorrow. Let it run for a bit. But that was a bit of a cock up on my part, but hey, easy peasy fix. So yeah, no leaks, temperature sensor in, bit Fenix Spectrum Pros in the top, sickle flows at the bottom because I didn't have any more. To say this is just garage computer, so that's great. So far so good. Now back again about 45 minutes later. The last little bits of air out. Got my fill port at the top, temporary one. Just slip that out of the way and put my fan controller in on that. Last little bits in the pipe to tube in. Little bits here, little bits there. I say one thing about these bay res with the pump in there like that. Sometimes they're hard to bleed, but hey, it's quiet. Listen. What you can hear is in the background is the freezer. Just little bits of air going in there now. Be beauty. That's sound. I'll leave it running like that now. Pump set to 3. Another thing with this thing, can't get to it in there unless you drill a hole in that thing, which I might do sometime. There you go. So she's quieting right down now. In fact, you can't even hear it. Oh, just a little bit of air in there. I'll leave that running now for a couple hours and see how she goes. Sit for a bit. It's a garage PC, new water GTX 580 water block in it. Right, be back again in a bit. Okay, what I'm doing now, I'm just adding this Bioside Extreme. Focus. Okay, I've got some strips. They say dip it in for 1 second. Take it out, and then you've got a chart there you check it with. I'll just leave this for a minute. Not changing colour. They say add 1 drop at a time, so that's what I'm doing. Now we've got three tests out at the moment. You see. I'll just leave them for a bit. See what happens. I'm going to I'll add another drop or 2. Let that mix up for a bit. I'll get another strip ready. Okay, we go again with another dip. 1 little second. I've got a little bit of green at the bottom, bit of red there, so still not enough. I'll just let that mix for a bit. Okay, I've added the Bioside, a slight green tinge on there, so I'm going to leave it at that. So what I'm going to do now is add the colour, which is Mayhem's, so you can see that, Mayhem's Emerald Green, and I put 20 drops in a litre. Just tinging. Let that go around for a bit. It's going to add a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 10 drops. Let that run round for a bit. Let's put the lid back on just in case. Screw that back in. So we're getting a slight tinge in there now. For a bit. Give it 20 minutes. Okay, she's nearly done. Garage PC. Got all the stats in here. Top one. CPU, graphics card, memory, in-case temperature, and that's the back of the CPU. And that's what it looks like. At the moment I'm going to get some white lights for it. All the water's done. It's going to get rid of those bubbles. I don't know if you can see them. See the bubbles in there? If I leave it running overnight, should be fine. Have a cool rad up the other way. Bit of a keep around there. Absolutely fine. Quiet, listen. That's nice. Well, I'm pleased with it. All I've got to do now is get the white lights around it and for the blocks. Go with the green nicely. And that's the, hold on, that there, GTX 580, picked up off eBay. Beauty. Drivers are in. EVGA Precision X is on. And I'm just going to leave it like that now till I've had my tea, and I'll come and put it back where she belongs. Very pleased. So write your comments, see what you think. Thanks for watching.